Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you can hear me well. We are again on a mobile device because it's quite late and I am not really ready for anything, but I wanted to get this done, so it's getting done. As you can see, we have a few cards for this week, and we're talking about the week between the 12th of February and the 18th of February. And I've just started it from the middle again. As you can tell, it's happening quite a lot. So, to start from the beginning, welcome to my channel, welcome to Unicorn Astro. We are here to explore and speak about the week between the 12th of February and the 18th of February, on the planetary movements, on the astrology, and of course on the tarot and the oracle cards that we have here. So, I'm hoping that everyone had a nice new moon, that there was a lot of clarity for a lot of us, that we actually healed through it and we are moving forward with it. To start a bit, let me just say that we have a promotion going on with one question being answered by tarot. It doesn't matter how long it will take us to get to the bottom of the answer, but it will be one question and it's 10 euros, $10 if you're watching this channel from any other part of the world where we don't use euros. And it's active, this promotion, this offer, until at least the end of the month, or it might take all the way into March, but we'll see how it goes. So, starting with this week, we're having the aftermath of the new moon, because we're still in the energy of the new moon in Aquarius. A very happy new lunar year as well, the year of the good dragon. I think we've spoke on it in the last video we made. And on the 12th, we have really nothing here. But we do have on the 14th of February, which is Wednesday, and it's St. Valentine's Day. So, happy Valentine's Day to everyone who's actually enjoying this day or celebrating this day. Let me make it much more clear. So what's happening on the 14th is that Mars is crossing into Aquarius and meeting up with, I'm stuck a bit, sorry, with Pluto. Yes, that's the whole thing. Also on that day, yes, it's exactly on that day. No, it's not from that day, it's from the 12th. We have I have two things to speak about for the 14th, so I'll put them together. So we have Mars moving into Aquarius and meeting up with Pluto, and we also have the North Node in Aries, of course, on the 16th degree of Aries and meeting up with Chiron. And Chiron, of course, always has to do with healing and with the poison sort of thing that is being transformed into the medicine, because from the ancient Greek word, poison and medicine are based off of the same word. For anyone that speaks a bit of Greek, it's pharmako and pharmaki. Poison is pharmaki, medicine is pharmako. So a very small difference there. So to wrap it up a bit for the 14th, because it's quite an intense day, I would say, we have Mars meeting up with Pluto. So anything that is quite possibly hidden under the surface of being polite and of being civilized, we will get it kind of out. That's the sense I get. That it will be, how can I say it? Expressed. Yes, that's the word I was searching for. It's going to be expressed. Not in a bad way, but definitely not in the best way. So it's intense, and it's going to express anything that until now we wanted to keep hidden. Second of all, we're having the Jupiter meeting with Saturn in a sextile on those days, on the 8th degree of Taurus and Pisces. And we also have the Venus meeting up in a sextile with Neptune. And I'm hoping that you can hear me well. So what's happening is, on the day of the Valentines, on the St. Valentine's Day, it's a bit intense because, not a bit intense, it's a lot of intense, and I believe that for a lot of people, things that were kept hidden, emotions that might have been kept hidden, are coming up, for sure. And there are a lot of dreams and visualizations, I would say, that until now we kept hidden are coming up as well. What we were expecting, what we wanted and never really expressed, it's being expressed. Because we need to heal, and because the North Node is making this meeting up with Chiron, and this meeting will last until about the 24th, I would say until the end of the month, until the end of February, we will have this meeting of the North Node and Chiron. So anything that we've kept under wraps in order to keep the peace, to keep us civilized, to not ruffle any feathers, it's coming up because things need to be cleared. And of course, in the middle of everything, we have a lot of romance going on. We have Venus in a sextile to Neptune, so a lot of romance, a lot of seduction, I would say, but not seduction of Scorpio. It's a seduction of Capricorn, because Venus is in Capricorn. And it's very down to earth kind of seduction. It's in a sense an expression of expectations. And of course, 2 days later, and that's happening on the 16th, because Mars is moving into Aquarius on the 13th to the 14th of February, and Venus moves into Aquarius on the 16th to the 17th of February. So Venus in Aquarius coming up is telling us, yes, I've made some progress in expressing what I want, in manifesting what I want, but now what I want is all about being expressed for the humanity, from the mind, from the emotion to be transferred to the earth, to the air, to the human race in all. And of course, theirs is meeting Pluto as well. So be prepared that after the 14th of February and until the weekend, because in the 19th to 20th we have, and that's next week, but I would like to address it now as well. We're having Venus meeting up with Mars in Aquarius. And it's coming up after those two planets have met up with Pluto. And Pluto has to do a lot about power, about dominance, and meeting up with those two planets that speak about male and female. And I would have to say, what I'm getting is that Pluto is kind of the higher octave of Mars, if I'm not very wrong. And Venus is the earthly manifested divine feminine, because the higher octave of Venus is Neptune. So it's kind of this week as we're talking, we're having a very strategic meeting up of divine feminine and divine masculine. And in all of this, we have also Jupiter and Saturn in a sextile from the signs of Taurus, as I said, and Pisces, telling us that we need to make sure we know what we want to manifest. We know what we want to bring up into our reality. Because we're not playing anymore, we're not in Kansas anymore, as the Wizard of Oz was saying. So we need to be careful about how we express ourselves and how we speak what we manifest and how things are progressing. Never forget that the Sun is at the end of Aquarius and is moving on in the next week on the Monday, just after we finish this speaking here, after we finish this analysis, and we will be talking about that on the next week. We have the Sun moving into Pisces. So it's a moving from the humanitarian aspect of Aquarius into the more dreamy, into the more illusionary, into the self-sacrificing Pisces. And we're having a lot of, how can I say it? A lot of action in Aquarius still, so it's all to do with innovative thinking. It's all to do with things that we need to express, but that are about the humanity as well. It's not just personal, it's more for a lot of people, not just for one person, so to speak. It's about the community. And of course, we have a lot of healing to be done as well, but for the healing, it will be for next week as well. So we'll be talking about that next week as well. After that, we have, of course, the two cards of Zoe Hind, the Druid cards, the tree cards. And we have the Alder, which is the card of the divine masculine and says, I am your warriors, action and courage. And we also have Hawthorn, which, if I'm not very wrong, is a female card. It's a female tree, to be exact, and is a tree that blooms in the summer solstice and speaks about being your sensual creative pleasure. So it's about pleasure and passion, pleasure and fighting, Venus and Mars. And it's exactly what I was talking about, that we're talking about divine feminine and divine masculine, Venus and Mars, Hawthorn here and Alder. It didn't give us the Elder for some reason. The Elder didn't come up, but Hawthorn came up, which is the I believe it's the tree that has to do with the Cancer season. And Alder could be, it's not, but could be, signifying Capricorn season or Pluto, Mars, anything like that. But what I'm getting here is divine feminine, divine masculine in peace, in tranquility, in cooperation. And we're continuing with the cards from Moonology. We have new moon in Aquarius, and we just had the new moon in Aquarius, with open up to change. And I don't think we need to explain any of that because it's a new moon, it's a new lunar year, it's the year of the wooden dragon, it's coming up with new opportunities, it's coming up with changes, and we just need to go with the flow on that. And we also have the last quarter moon in Scorpio, which we had the last quarter moon in Scorpio, and reveal what needs to be seen. I believe, if I'm not very wrong, that we had the same cards either in the English analysis or in the Greek analysis. But please let me know what you think, because what I get here is that things are coming up to change, to be evolved, to move forward, to get us to get out of our comfort zone and change our perspective on things. We have the 3 tarot, as you can see, only 3 for today, for this week, because it's quite intense as the middle of the week, and as this week in general is quite intense with Mars and Venus going into Aquarius, with Pluto being in Aquarius, with Chiron having a very special meeting up with the North Node, and of course Jupiter, Saturn in a sextile as well. So things are really intense, and I think that 3 cards is quite enough because they speak exactly on what we need to change, as the open up to change came up to say. And we have the 5 of Pentacles upright, and as you can see, the 2 figures here are leaning against the wall, feeling that they're left outside alone, like Anastasia used to sing, that there is no help for them, that they just cannot get a break. And the thing is that we need to let go of this point of view that we are here to suffer and that no one will help us. Next up, we have the 4 of Cups upright as well. And what it tells you, as you can see it, is that you are so focused on 3 cups that you're missing that something else is happening on the back of the card with the 4th cup. Because you don't have any water in these 3 cups, but for some reason it feels to me that there is water in the 4th cup, but unless you go and see, you're not going to see it, right? Unless you investigate, you're not going to see it. So the sense I'm getting here, and because we have the Tower in reverse, and you can see the Tower in reverse, and it's a card of Mars, I believe that this week it's going to show us, it's going to give us the whole meaning and show us exactly what we need to let go of and exactly where we need to turn our eyes to, our perspective to, in order to see what we need to change and how we need to change, how we need to move forward. And don't forget that the card here is reveal what needs to be seen. And as I said in the beginning of this video, apologies, this doesn't want to stand, but I will make it, okay, here. And as I said in the beginning of this video, with Pluto, Mars and Venus, is that anything that has been kept hidden because we were trying to be civilized or not to hurt anyone, or for whatever reason we told ourselves, it's being revealed. We need to let it go. We need to open up. And these are the cards that came up as well. You don't need to open up you might not need to open up in a sense of distraction, but you definitely need to face your fears, face the openness, face the changes, and see what exactly is in store for you, and perhaps By changing your perspective, you can understand that you've been waiting for something that was never coming to a fruition, that this water was never going to run to these 3 cups. There is a 4th cup that you need to see and you need to move to. By waiting outside of the house, you're never going to get in. Unless you knock on the door, how can anyone let you in? How can anyone know that you're outside waiting? I think you understand how I'm saying this. So it's a small video. It's a small analysis of the planetary works this week. And I'm hoping that you find it quite analytical and helpful. So take care of yourselves, be open to the change, and reveal what needs to be seen. Because in this way, and the last card I have is the 10 of Wands in reverse at the end of the deck. I'm sorry. It will stand. Okay, it did stand. So it's the 10 of Wands in reverse at the end of the deck, and it speaks, as you can see it, about moving forward despite all the problems, all the burdens, because it's in reverse. So you are not seeing it reversed, you're seeing it as you're moving up. You're not doing the work harder, you need to do it smarter, and I've said it before. Thank you everyone for connecting. Thank you everyone for watching this video. I'm sorry for messing up the vision here, but I'm hoping that you got some answers and that things are flowing in the best way possible for all of you. All the best, and hope to see you again soon. Take care of yourselves, and never forget to please subscribe to the channel and let me know how you feel about these videos. And also that there is an offer for 10 euros, sorry, I'm stuck, $10 for a question with tarot for the analysis. Take care everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.